lean on me.
No, shut up.
Lean
Hi.
in. Hey.
Guess what? It's raining in Stockton. So for once, the promoter was right.
The promoter did correct.
Yeah.
We were supposed to race. They canceled it when you were on your way here.
Early. We were
Yeah.
heading here early.
Probably like 10 or 11.
Yeah, it was probably about 10:30 when I found out. 10:30, 11. And so like we all had planned on camping, and so we just said, screw it, we're still going.
I was not planning on coming after I heard that. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm staying home. And then my wife said, no, we're still going. I said, okay.
Well, you guys have a sporting event in Ripon. Oh my gosh.
Right.
I'm watching these idiots at the Western World, and I just cannot believe what I'm watching. I'll just make a long story short. So in case you don't know, the Western World Championship race is a really big race.
Hey, Carly, is she there?
Carly Montgomery's son, Caleb, is actually racing there. He just ran third
I
in the
wonder
B
if
main.
she's there.
That's what I'm
She
saying.
might
Is
be
she
there.
She's still home.
So this race has been going on forever. It was a big deal. Some ballers won this race. It's bounced around a few tracks in the recent years because Manzanita closed down. And they got these stupid ass little bratty kids in these stupid go-karts out there racing, fucking up the whole show. It's 10:07 and we're still dicking around with these kids. I want to watch the USAC main.
Yeah, so there's the track that they run on, and now there's a track inside
Little
of that.
Little baby
that-
track.
Yeah,
Carly's
that,
not there. She said, no, I am
these
not.
box
Oh, okay.
stocks are running. It's like a box stock, but then they have these bodies
They call
on.
them mini dwarfs.
Is that what they call?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's two divisions. There's the dork division, and then there's the above dork division. Now we're watching the above dork division.
It's
Just
weird.
like clown
They-
cars.
yeah,
because that's what they look
Yeah,
like.
Candace calls them clown cars. Some of them look like
Some
they
look
could
like
have like a
clones.
modified body to them, and
Like a
some
big block, like a Syracuse
right,
big block car.
yeah. But yeah, it's just very
And
interesting.
I'm not
and-
bagging on them. I mean,
Right.
these kids need to race, and they need to learn how to race.
For sure.
But you don't do it at a frickin' USAC race with a national flow audience. It's a piss poor product. It's garbage. I'm proud of what we do, right? We race sprint cars. We're cool. We do cool shit. What I'm seeing right now is garbage.
Well,
It is boring.
Pisses me off.
like
I'm not proud of that
it's
product.
only garbage to you because it's combined with a sprint car
Yeah,
race.
do this
so
shit at
legit-
Cycle Land on a Saturday in front of 200 grandmas and uncles and aunts and parents. You don't do this in front of a paying crowd, of a paying audience.
Yeah, there's almost 50 sprint cars there. So it's not like they needed like an additional show. Like maybe they weren't expecting that many cars. I don't know why the double booking of this, but yeah, to
No,
have-
it's the start just, oh my god.
yeah, it's just yellow after yellow. It's just
Oh, and they're
somebody just
oh, what do you know?
Yellow.
And they're crash. So here's another thing they did. They had a 4-car heat race. So I'm thinking, well, they must only have 4 cars. And then Heat 2 came out, and then okay, so there's 8 cars. They had 4 heats of 4 cars. And then they brought out the Pro Division, and they had 2 more heats of 4 and 3. Each heat had more than 1 caution. And now the main, I think they even had a B main.
Yes, they
Well,
did.
they had to. Yeah, they had too many cars.
Man. I mean, it's just shit. It's
we
garbage.
saw how long it took for the heat races. They needed to break it down with fewer cars, or else it would have took longer. So they know what they're doing.
Listen,
If the show was any good, no one would be on Shark Tale.
you don't have a T-ball game at the World Series, right? You don't have a bunch of 6-year-olds out there playing T-ball at the World Series. I'm not saying the Western World is the World Series, but this right here is just shit.
So
I'm
how
not
do you
proud.
feel about this race?
How do I feel? I feel as mad about this as he was about your food being cold tonight. I've never really seen this guy mad. No, you
Man,
were. You were
I
pouting.
was disappointed.
One time,
you.
when Sprint Car Challenge first started up, there was all kinds of confusion. We had way too many cars. Do you remember the pill draw debacle at Petaluma?
At Petaluma.
Yes. They had, I think, 10 of us out there, but only 8 got to pull pills.
Oh yes,
and
they brought me out there. Yes.
he was kind of mad that night.
Well, it didn't make any sense. Yes, they called out drivers, and then all of a sudden everybody's pulling, and I'm waiting my turn, and then all right, we're done. I'm like, I didn't pull. You start 10th. I'm like, why did you call me out here?
Yeah,
like
he was in the redraw.
Yeah,
for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know? Another yellow. Wow.
Yeah, they called me there for the redraw, but didn't let me draw. So
Okay, so that's the maddest I've ever seen him, and he wasn't even mad, right? We're over here.
I just wanted answers.
This is like this food that Lisa makes. It's like this spaghetti. Let's just call it spaghetti.
No,
She
it's
doesn't-
baked
No,
ziti.
it's
You need to know.
ziti.
See that? Okay,
Not
this
the
is
same.
my problem. You don't know how good baked ziti is.
It was good. It was great.
It comes out of the oven, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a
to be
crock
fair,
pot.
he's not complaining about my food.
right.
So I got tired of waiting for this stuff to cook, so I just opened it up and it's plain warm. And he gets mad at me because I opened the lid and I let all the steam out, and he puts it back on. I put the spoon in there and I didn't, seal the lid. So he seals the lid back up. He sets the spoon down. About 5 minutes goes by. I'm going in there for more seconds
Yeah,
now.
he goes through for seconds.
He goes, God damn you, Andy. I never heard him cuss other. He said the F word one time as a joke. And tonight I got him to say, God damn it. He was mad.
You just don't know. Like, I think if you ate ziti in its original form out of the oven,
No.
and it's all
He also told me
the
to shut up.
cheese got crusted on the top, and it's all burnt
So-
and like crispy and like hard. Like
he
it's
comes
so
over-
good.
He comes over and gets salad, and then he starts to get to dessert. We have cake too. I said, dude, you can't put cake on the same plate as your salad. He goes, shut up, Andy. Serious as all hell. Ruined his whole fucking night. So now both of our nights are ruined because he ate cold food. I'm watching
Hell-
these punk ass brats fuck up
Everybody
the Western
who's
world.
watching needs to.
Oh, they crashed again. What do you know? Wow.
No, they kept going.
No, someone will stop just
Oh,
because.
yeah,
they're
they
throwing the
threw
yellow. Yeah.
And they don't race to the yellow either. 'cause
My dad
that's
says they should.
dangerous.
My dad said they should count the yellow flag laps and start before they even get lined up. We could have got rid of them before they even took the green.
Would they take the checker before they got the green?
Yeah. Let's see how
Oh.
fast these brats can get lined up if they know that they're going to get the checkered. How they finish
Well,
under
people
lineup.
don't know that Andy likes his food cold.
Okay.
I don't need it cold.
No,
I just don't
you
need
do.
3rd-degree burns in my
Guys,
meat.
help me out. Like, nobody likes their dinner lukewarm.
Yes, Andy
I do.
does. I put it in the freezer sometimes so it'll cool down faster.
that is true.
That is just sad, Andy. It's so sad. Like,
He's the one who microwaves his ice cream,
you almost burn
Sean.
it, get it super hot, you almost burn it, and then let it cool down, and the taste
He
is
doesn't have
all
patience
there.
for that.
I don't
Man.
microwave my ice cream, but I do like to soften up. I like soft serve ice cream. So
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, I
You
like
just-
that too.
You shush.
I like
I
that too.
soften my ice cream. I
Are
don't
you
melt it.
telling me you've never put it in the
Oh
microwave?
no, yeah, absolutely. I don't
Okay.
like it soft though. You're
Okay.
making it sound like I cook it.
Well, what about chocolate? I like
put
my
ice
chocolate like
cream
where
in
it
the
melts in
microwave?
your mouth.
Like a candy bar.
Yeah, you put them in the freezer. I do not like that at all.
I think it might be because I eat shit so fast. If it was like if the candy was softer, I would just like swallow
Yeah.
it. So the hardness
You
makes
just,
me.
he just
Oh,
can't
are they
control
stopped
himself.
again?
He
Oh,
just
they're
can't
stopped
control
again. What do you
himself.
know? What time? 10:14. It's 10:14, people.
In
the,
Arizona.
In the A main event, it's still
And
yet.
it's only because they don't follow daylight savings time is that they're on the same time as us right now, right?
Will they be on Sunday?
Will they be
Where
on
did we
Sunday,
fall
or is
back?
that when we catch up?
yeah, so we're different than them starting Sunday.
Yeah.
Or are we the same as them?
No,
starting
we're
Sunday?
the same right
We're the same
now.
now.
Remember,
Andy checked. He
Fall
checked
backwards.
with Alexa.
You
or
spring
whatever.
forward and then you fall back. So in
But
2
Arizona
days,
says that's bullshit.
Arizona doesn't do time like
I
daylight
agree.
savings. So
They said you guys.
all right, so
California-
he's mad about a nice warm dinner. I'm mad about a bunch of little brats fucking up the Western World Classic race. What else can we talk about?
But we're here in
let's talk
Stockton
about.
for the race.
It was beautiful all day today, and when you get a call at 10:30, 11 that the races get canceled, your immediate response is, "A promoter's an idiot.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have canceled." He was right.
He was right.
They were right tonight.
They watched the weather. And it was accurate. Like whenever I heard that they canceled it, I got on the weather app immediately. It said at 10 o'clock, 40% chance of rain. Well, it's 10:15 now, and it's raining pretty good.
It started sprinkling about 8:30, and then it got with it about 9.
Yeah.
So
My wife brought it with her.
yeah, so Lisa came from
She
Roseville,
texted
Rockland,
me.
and
I
followed her
outdrove it.
this
Dumping
way.
in Rockland.
I outdrove it, and then I said, "Get ready, it's coming! Hurry up, get everything out of my car." They just got 5 laps in a row
Wow.
without
They're
a
bragging
caution.
that they just completed 5 laps in a row. And then this one kid hits the wall. I guarantee you these things are not going fast enough to get hurt. He got scared, and then he puts on a big show, and they got to stop the damn race for him.
Hey, you got hurt.
I don't give a shit. If you want to be in front of this crowd and race an adult race, don't be a bitch and cry.
Dang.
Did the helicopter
Cutthroat
At least
over here.
Yeah, we didn't have to
Stockton.
bring in the med flight for him. Okay, so yeah, as a promoter, rainouts always suck because you got a couple options. You cancel and hope it rains, so you're right. You roll the dice because it's so nice, and you try to get the race in, and it starts raining at 9 o'clock, and then the promoter's an idiot.
Right.
So
And then you have to rain check everybody.
But what
Rain
was
checks
supposed
suck
to be
it.
today? Because the 360s was just kind of an add-on for today.
Wing 360s, the Hunt finale, and the Dwarf finale.
Okay, so it was supposed to be the Hunt and Dwarf finale tonight.
So
That's not happening tomorrow. They
Postponed it.
rescheduled this race for next Saturday.
So tonight's race is now and next Saturday without the dwarf cars because
Oh.
it's their banquet.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So their
Oh,
championship's
so their
done.
championship.
they're done.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, that
I wonder,
sucks.
I wonder what the points was.
I know.
If second place is really pissed right now.
Well, that could be a deal tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be fine, but the NARC thing is interesting because Sanders and Macedo are so close.
Right.
NARC's banquet's on Sunday, so they don't have any makeup dates. Where Tony and Seti has made this race
Hi,
up on
Jody.
Sunday. So
And you and Tremonti are super close, but he has a long way to drive to get here tomorrow.
yeah, so Cheramonte's in. He's here at the Western World watching.
He's watching
these
box stocks
stupid
right
box
now.
stock kids screw up his night. And no, he's not close enough to me to even make me sweat.
I know.
I don't even wear deodorant
I've
tomorrow.
been trying to tell you guys that, but
Why did we come?
Brian Cannon was like, "No, we got to show up and we got to make the main." It's like, no, you just have to show up.
You
Like,
know
you
what?
don't even have to unload out of the trailer.
I don't know if I believe anything you say because you did tell me I was in Heat 4 one night and I was in Heat 1.
Because you were. I blame Samantha on that one. Like, okay, I didn't show him, but I looked at my race pass. He said, "What heat am I in?" I look at my race pass. Oh, you're in Heat 4. So, okay, cool. I'm going to go hang out with
Yeah.
my wife for a second.
We were at
so
a 2-day
he
show,
leaves.
motorhomes out in the fairgrounds at Hanford.
Because he loves his wife so much.
Heat 1's in staging and my crew's calling me, hey, we're in Heat 1. I'm like, oh, no, we're good.
Becker told
Sean
me.
said I'm in Heat 4. No.
It would have probably been better if you told him, "Hey,
So-
my bad. You're in Heat 1."
Yeah, then he doesn't even tell me.
Well, I didn't even know because, like, I looked on my race pass. I'm like, okay,
Wait a
I'm
minute,
here,
wait a minute.
Andy's here.
Are they interviewing the winner of this race now?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's 10:18 and they're interviewing a 6-year-old kid. Why aren't the sprint cars on the racetrack getting ready to
And
push
the
off?
camera's not even on them. We don't even see who they're talking to.
I swear to God.
Okay.
No wonder we don't have crowds. If you wonder why we don't have crowds, it's not because our purses aren't big enough. It's not because our ticket prices are too high. It's because it's shit. It's a shitty product.
Can we get back to my race pass?
Yes.
Because I've gotten in trouble for talking to Lisa about the lineups, and then I immediately go to the board to go look. And so, what are you doing? I told you what the lineup is. I'm all, I know, but I still want to see what the board says because, like, that's official. My race pass is the same thing. Like, I'll look at my race pass, like, all right, I'll go check the board just to make sure.
That happened to me last year at Merced.
Yeah?
Merced. Look at my race pass. I think I was on the outside front row. So you kind of keep your, okay, I gotta win my heat. We put the win your heat setup on there, and then I get out there and they're
You
like
should always
92.
put that setup on.
Well, no, your setups vary on whether you're starting 5th or 1st, right? I get out there and they're like 92. What do you know? I'm the idiot trying to get in the wrong spot. Like 92, you're behind the 31. 31? I'm in row 3? What the hell happened here?
Well, shit, this setup's not gonna work.
Exactly.
That's probably freaking police looking for somebody. We are in Stockton.
We're in
Now
Stockton.
that's like
fellas.
a check.
Look out. That's the Stockton Highway. Stockton. helicopter,
Land on
police,
us.
Stockton police helicopter looking for Jerome.
That was a plane.
That was not a helicopter.
All right. They're still
Why
interviewing
is
these
this lady
kids.
still
I cannot
talking?
believe it.
Wait a minute, we gotta go to second, third. Come on.
Drake's
It's
not
not
even
just the winner.
interviewing them. We're watching for Drake York.
This is bad.
We're Drake York fans over
See,
here.
people come into my shop all the time, and they see all the pictures, and they think what they're looking at is cool, right? And they might show some interest in going to an event. So I have to pick and choose what event I'm going to send them to, because I don't want them to see a gong show like this and have them think, wow, this is what Andy does every Saturday night?
Yeah.
So this is embarrassment. This is an absolute embarrassment.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just proud of I'm proud of our industry, and I want to put on good products
Yeah, and show it off.
and
to-
show it off.
to
Yeah, I
new
mean, this has been
fans
going on since
who don't know.
5:30.
Yeah, the guy just said you guys have been here for hours. The drivers have put on a great show so far.
So now they're trying
Raise the
to.
roof.
So Scott DeLauzio's trying to pump the crowd up because they just sat through an hour of just bullshit.
Thank you, folks.
They're still not pushing the sprint cars out on the track.
So yeah, you mentioned that earlier. It's like, okay,
There's
if
one.
you're gonna do
Okay,
interviews,
one car.
push
Yeah.
cars on the track during that.
Yeah, that's a perfect time for interviews, is to kill some time by pushing the cars on the track.
And it was interesting because like racing was going on in the interior track, but they were doing track prep they had a tiller going out. I'm like, hey, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Like you got stuff going on while we're prepping the track, so hey, they know what they're doing, right?
But
Right?
the kart races were so bad, it just took too.
I guess it didn't work.
They took too long. They took more time than track prep. So yeah, here we are at 10:22. So this race is going to push off at 10:30.
Yeah.
So that'd be 1:30 in the East Coast. Yeah, that's prime time right there, buddy. Hey, let's talk about something else really way cooler than this.
Okay.
You
Last
leading
week,
the
the
pit
Spooktacular.
meeting at the
Spooktacular
Spooktacular.
sucks.
Let's
Yeah,
start with the pit meeting.
I gave a speech on telling these drivers, let's get our shit together and get these people out. I said 10 o'clock. I said, let's get everybody out of here at 10 o'clock because we have race till 12:30 at the Spooktacular before.
Andy,
Our
Now,
race was-
Sean,
our
how
race
did
was
you
done at
feel
11.
about your friend helping
Andy?
out?
I love you to death. And I'm listening to the speech and I'm giggling because I know you and I know you're passionate. I didn't know you were doing this. Jerry DeVecchia was the competition
Official.
director, and he says, and Andy's going to talk to you after this meeting just to kind of like help with the show along. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm getting ready. So I've been to one other pit meeting where you went off on pack and track at Placerville. And it's just like, because I know you and I know the frustration of people not doing their part, and this for Marysville, it just not being an efficient show, and you trying to rally the troops, but it comes out very angry.
Should be.
Yeah. So it's like, because
I
I'm.
can't coddle these people. I'm tired of coddling.
I understand.
They're little kids. Half these people we race
Right.
with are little kids. They need spankings.
I know. I'm with you, and because like I've been with all the rants through the years, like I knew what was coming, and I loved it, but it was almost like we haven't even done anything yet. We're getting in trouble. Like
no,
we're
everybody
at the drivers' meeting.
Everybody had already done it before in the years past.
You're right. It's bad.
There's a couple of them that I know are pains in the ass there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and people still don't.
And they don't get any
do
direction.
Their part.
Director of
Yes.
competition needs to direct.
And
if
it
they
was-
have no direction, we just freaking do our own thing.
So, and then we finished the races at the end of the night, and another driver came over. So I thought us drivers did pretty good and like did our part and got the show in on
Right,
Andy?
Dad? Right?
Right, Andy?
we got
Don't hit me
our race
again.
was done at 11, so we were an hour and a half ahead of schedule.
I know, but like he was trying to. I thought we
But
did
there
a
was a
good
race
job of
after
doing
your
our
guys'
part.
We didn't care about them because they weren't the main division.
But there still was a race.
But there's
Who
still a
cares?
show going on.
But like Andy's
The show
point,
is over.
Okay.
We're the show.
Like, but tell him your point. Like, and it was total
Valid.
valid reason of what you were saying. Like, this is an actual event where it's
For the kids.
yes, it's participation of the fans. The kids get to come out.
Fan engagement.
Fan engagement. There you go. That's how you worded it, and it was perfect because like we're gonna engage with the fans. They're gonna come on, meet all the drivers.
Yeah, so
do
last
a
week
trick-or-treat
they do the
handout.
trick-or-treat at intermission on
Which
the front
is a
stretch.
delay on the show.
All the drivers go out with candy. They bring a few cars out. The kids come onto the front stretch, which is pretty cool for the kids. A lot of them
Okay.
don't get to be on the racetrack. And there have been times where this race has taken so long. I have known of many people
Yes.
leaving, not before the races were done, before we even got to the trick-or-treat.
Jeremy Hawes, I believe,
Yes.
was there the year before. Like, this is a race honoring his dad. He left before the trick or treat happened because like the show was dragging on so long, and it was so cold at that point. Like it's tough to deal with. But I mean, you kind of helped out because like the show was
Maybe, yeah.
better. It was better than in the past, but there were still so many holes in it that like could have.
And that was
could
the
have done
track.
better.
Biff Dog came up to me and goes, yeah, that was a good speech. You should have given it to the racetrack. Which he's right.
Yeah.
I
there you
mean,
go.
the
Call
flaws
Biff Dog.
and the flaws in the slaw last Saturday night were more track efficiency wise, and some simple stuff that could be addressed.
Like qualifying
Qualifying's
always.
got to get figured out.
Qualifying needs to get figured out, but like always, any track you go to, like there's always like a benchmark. Like, all right, on lap 2, when this car gets here, you send the next one. Like that always happens wherever you go. And Marysville's unique because we have one entrance and one exit. It's the same spot. Well, before we used to always like stop all the cars in the infield just to say so there's no accidents, basically.
No crossing
Right.
traffic.
Well, they said we don't do that anymore. We got cones in there and we got plenty of room. You enter on the right of the cones and exit on the right of the cones. You'll miss each other.
I'm not a fan
It'll
of
be
that.
fine. You're right. It's a little sketch. But
Why do we have to time it at the gate? Why can't they have the guy in the backstretch at least when we're
absolutely.
This
and
is
just
hard
like
too
Tulare.
because it's coming off of Tulare
Yeah.
Trophy Cup where I watched this in the booth for
Yes.
3 days.
And you got two,
And then you go to Marysville, I'm all, why can't we do
we
the
could
same
do it.
thing?
We absolutely
yes,
could do it.
Tulare, you got 2 guys in the infield to help you out. Like the drivers can do it themselves. But you got 2 officials in the infield saying, "Hey, car's coming, easy, easy, easy. All right, now
or they
go,
speed.
now go."
Like, come on,
Or
come on,
no,
yeah.
you got to go. Good, let's get off the track.
It's a timing thing. It'd be harder at Marysville just because of the size of the track's a little smaller.
Yeah.
But all you got to do is want to do it, and you could figure it out.
Right.
It would just take a little bit of feng shui, and okay, when this guy's entering turn 3, push, or coming out of turn 2, you just have to figure that out.
Right.
Once you figured it out, it would be simple, and we could do the whole rotation. But yeah.
But you have to have a clear push-off lane, and
I
you were
think we'd
saying...
still be there right now if it wasn't for you.
So
But you said,
I mean,
like,
yeah.
someone got towed back to the pits, and it was
Okay.
in the push-off lane.
The tow truck.
The tow truck issue.
There was an issue with the tow truck. I don't know if he's ever been to a race before. So I'm watching a heat race for non-wing, and car jumps a right rear. He gets up in the fence. Front end collapses. It's bad. And then I look over at the tow truck, and he's at the other side of the track, but pointing towards him, so he could see that. They went 2 yellow flag laps before he started his car, and then the tow truck. Then the tow truck slowly drove around, and then cars like this, front end broke, so he needs to get towed on the front end. He drives this way, so the wrong way, and then as he's
he didn't have the front bumper, the
no,
front bumper
he didn't
thing,
do
huh?
that. So
Oh, okay.
then he tries to back up, and he's going to pick up on the wrong side, but then he starts sliding down the hill. So he gets stuck. So this is 6 or 7 laps of yellow flag. They throw red for the tow truck because the tow truck got stuck on the track, and now we're red to get him off the track. A push truck with a hook
We
on the
still need to
front.
get the car off the track.
Exactly. Push truck with a hook on the front, noses in, gets his front end up, just drags him to the infield, and then leaves. Tow truck finally comes back. Like, yeah, it was a struggle, and it was all day because I think it might have been the non-wing, or it might have been a crate race. Crate guy flips in the heat race. He picks it up, takes it off the track. Well, where his pit is the push-off lane. So he backs the car.
It was one of the Castleberry cars?
somewhere.
Yeah, there's
And
3 cars in that
He
one
had
shop.
to back it up, so I hear George Haig on the announcer. Well, yeah, it took a little while to get this heat going because the push truck guy had to drop the car off in the last heat race into his pit stall, and he was covering up the push lane. It was just
Well, you know what you do at that
bad,
point?
bad.
Then you just say, hey, guys, drive around this, and we'll just push you off on the track.
Right.
Which, that's another solution.
Yes.
Push all the
You've
races
been saying this
off
for
from
a
the
long
racetrack.
time. Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
When we sit in the push-off lane, and the cars are going, and the trucks are turning around, they're coming back to get other cars, it's mass chaos.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was funny. I basically demanded that the crate sprints pushed off because the spec main finally finished, which the spec main was awesome once they got rid of all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Morgan and Shane Hopkins.
That was
badass.
a fun race to watch.
That was great.
That was awesome.
So then finally the last spec sprint drives off the track. So you figure as soon as that push-off lane is clear, they'll start going with the crate sprints. And we're just sitting there looking around. I'm talking like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Finally, I just go to the top of the grandstand and say, push him off! The guy said, okay, push him. We might still be sitting there. He was just, the poor push-off guy was just waiting for someone to tell him what to do. Somebody yelled at him to push him, and he pushed him. That's all they need is just someone who just wants to just run the show.
You guys gonna commentate this race now?
Okay, so we finally got going at 10:32. Man, that's just too late. I'm sorry. Dead air.
Yeah, who's gonna win?
You know who won last Saturday and has 2 thumbs? This guy right here. Hey,
right.
but we were talking. We were 1-2 at that race last year.
Yeah. So
I like it better when I win.
Was it that race where they went 30 laps instead of 25?
We talked
or was
about
it
that.
a different one?
No, I think the one that went 30, Carrick
Was it
won.
SCCT race?
Well, no, we should have gone 35 at that race.
No, but I think we went 30. So there was a race when I went to the pit board, and they don't have it on there, but you ask an official at the pit board, hey, how many laps is it? I don't know.
No, nobody
Of course
knows
you
anything
don't.
there.
And he's all, it's typically 25 here. I'm like, okay. So
Which he's right.
which is
Give
normal,
him a little
right?
credit.
So they said 25. We did have somebody who was like a push truck or an official on the infield, like he said later, oh no, I remember that race. Like it was scheduled for 25, and then in the middle of the race or at the start of the race, the officials over the official radio said, let's just go 30 today. So
Yeah,
like
you can't do that.
no, like I was expecting 25 laps, and now we have a scoreboard, so you can kind of like, it's staring you in the face what lap you're on. And I remember going lap 25 and like just kind of chilled in 1 and 2. I think it was SCT race. I think I was 4th or 5th, and I kind of like backed out of the throttle. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know if I saw a flag. Maybe I should just like do a cool down lap, because after you take the checker, you usually do kind of a cool down lap at pace, at somewhat pace. So I kept going, went by the flag stand again. I'm all, I didn't see any flag. I better keep racing.
Still no flag, and the green light's still on.
So I raced an extra 5 laps and wasn't expecting to.
See, I don't remember what race that was, but I remember I was in second, Carrick was leading, and then when I know I can't beat someone, let's say I was 4 or 5 car lengths behind him,
Yeah.
at that point, my racing style is just don't fuck up now.
Yeah.
And you might slow down a 10th or 2.
Right. Just survive the
Yeah.
end. Like you're not close enough.
I'm getting beat tonight. That's fine. I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
run
yeah.
second. And so you do ease up the last lap or 2. And then all of a sudden, like you say, well, wait a minute. You know, you're watching the scoreboard. It had to be this year because it was with the scoreboard.
Right. Yes.
And then you're like, wait a minute. What's going on here? And then it like took a couple laps to register. And Tanner said the same thing. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was kind of like easing up because he didn't want to catch lap traffic.
Sure.
So he was slowing down a little bit, you know, maybe a
So
10th
we're
or 2.
all backing out of the throttle.
Neither one of us made any
expecting to
ground
be
up on
done.
each other because we all slowed our pace up. But then for like the last 3
Fourth
laps,
place,
we're
flies
going,
past you guys.
what the hell is going on here?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if I'm the director of competition, I'm not changing the lap count halfway through the race. I mean, that's kind of 101. But
This was an inadvertent yellow just now, by
Really?
the way. Yeah.
Oh really?
you know, Tony Jones is the DOC here, so I expect good things out of Tony.
Oh, really? I'm not sure if I know him.
He's kind
I
of.
feel like I know that name.
His dad's Bubby Jones, Hall of Famer. He was a hot dog at Paris back in the day when I was going down there, getting my ass kicked. Okay,
Yeah,
so the track at Marysville was badass last weekend. I thought it was really nice. Obviously, I won, but I mean, it was racy.
Yeah.
Top and a bottom, it was fast. It wasn't dusty.
I started 7th. Actually, like the way everything shuffled on the first lap, dropped back to 9th, but then was able to work my way through the field.
Just legit passing, right?
Yeah.
Just racing people.
Yeah.
Sean was
I
on
love
my
that.
scary side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was
Andy Forsberg line.
I was leading. I didn't get the initial jump, but I got to the lead about lap 5 or 6 or so.
Fellow Auburnian. Burnright?
Cody Gray, I went to school with his mom at Placer. Second place just jumped off the track. That's not what you do in second place. You're supposed to stay on the track.
All right, I will say, like, my worst crashes have been when I've been in 3rd place, but I knew I had a car to win, so I'm pushing extra hard. Yeah. I bet that's what happened.
Here.
He was in 3rd place.
I was in 3rd place when I wrecked
I
here.
know.
Oh, yeah, you flipped your ass off here. That was nasty.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the scoreboard, and you weren't even on it at first. So I was like, ha.
I know.
No problem.
That was the cool thing
No
about
problem.
Marysville. It didn't have a scoreboard, so you couldn't sneak up and get into seconds. Like, they have no idea I'm coming.
Yeah.
This idiot knows I'm coming now because it's Big 35 working up to the board. You know, that actually, I think, won me a race at Chico one time. I flipped lap 1 before we take the green, going in turn 1. Mark Hall comes, chops me off.
Mark, what a jerk.
Yeah, no reason.
What a jerk.
Like, I tip over on my side, and I'm furious. And
No way. More furious than the warm Brigzini?
This was bad.
Okay. So you weren't that
eating
bad.
a cold dinner is
It wasn't
bad.
cold. It was warm. It was perfect.
Lukewarm dinner
It wasn't
is not
lukewarm.
good dinner.
There was steam coming off of it.
Ice cold. Ice cold.
So wait a minute. Let's get this straight. Were you madder at the cold food or Mark Hall?
The cold food. I was way more mad
I told
at the
you.
cold food.
I told you I've never seen him that mad before, and he was pouting.
You know when you race, like, sometimes, like, you're seeing red and you work through the field, like something pissed you off and you just get through the field like way better than you normally would or whatever.
So you were.
That was
Driving
him when
mad.
I brought the crock pot out
Right.
tonight.
Driving mad.
So
Because
yes,
of crock pot.
and like sometimes it works, but you can never like get yourself to see red. Like something has to trigger you, and like I was fired up, so I flip, go to the work area, and they fix me up or whatever the best they could. Get back on the track, and track was bone dry. You were like kind of parking around the bottom, but I was kind of like
favorite track.
I know. I was working the top. This was when they had like tires in the infield, like
God,
3
my
points.
second favorite thing.
Exactly.
Uke tires.
So Robbie Whitchurch is leading the race.
82 car, cycle and car.
Yes. And like I'm coming, and I get on the board. I'm in 5th. Then I'm in 4th. But everybody's like parking around the bottom. But obviously I'm doing something different if I'm making passes. And he's way out ahead, like half a lap ahead of second place. I get into second place, and I know he's seeing that because, like, the next lap...
Dunk, dunk, dunk. The number keeps
Right,
increasing.
and the next lap he hit a tire, like on the infield. He's a half a lap ahead of everybody, but hit a tire. There's no reason to do it. Like, you're in the lead, but I know he's seeing that number come up on the board. And he's like, Shark's coming. Like, I need to do something else, and then hits an infield tire. Like it was like on the last lap.
So did you win?
I won the race.
Nice.
Yeah, after flipping on lap 1. But I feel like the scoreboard won me that race.
So you want to know strategery? I'm gonna just lay it out there because I'm not gonna race that much longer. So I'm gonna like Dale Jr.
Oh.
He gets these
Into the weeds right
I
now?
know, this
Yeah.
is exciting.
He gets these old crew chiefs on there, and they tell you, and they tell their old cheating secrets. So this isn't really cheating, but if you know you're going forward and you're doing good, and you have an open red, and back in the day, I want to say we hadn't closed the reds when we first started using transponders, but if we were in that position to where I was going to end up on the scoreboard and start plucking things off, our transponder might have fallen off on a red flag or two.
Really?
Don't want to let anybody know the 92's coming.
No way.
I fucking hate you.
The scorer hates Andy right now.
Hey, take that,
Jesus.
we might want to take that transponder off. We don't want to know the 92's coming.
Oh my God, Andy.
Oh shoot, 92's
What
transponder's
a
not hitting.
cheater.
What an
cheater.
asshole.
It just, well, they were knocking the mud off and the thing fell off. And just luckily we found it right before I pushed off.
You know you're relying on someone up top to understand what's going on.
No
Well,
kidding.
All I know is the person in fourth didn't realize 92 was coming because he wasn't
Kenny
in,
Garcia was
he
up
wasn't
there
in fifth
scoring,
on the
he would have
scoreboard.
kicked you off. Oh, transponder fell off. I guess you got DQ'd.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't leave that. I wouldn't put that past Kenny. You
God.
know what's really
Andy,
bummer
that's
is we sat
hilarious.
through
Wow.
5 hours of this gong show, and now when the race is finally on, we're doing this stupid show.
I know. We waited all night to watch the AMA,
Yeah.
and now it's finally up, and we're done. We're talking. This is
Don't worry,
dumb.
it looks like it's
Oh,
gonna
they
last a while.
just called off the start.
Called off the start.
There's like a handful of national USAC
Yeah.
drivers here.
And let's see.
And
who's
why
there
are
from-
they here? Is it
I
because
think
there's a
there's nothing
couple
else
of
going on.
Arizona-based cars here? Like a couple of them aren't in their normal car.
Yeah.
They're running like a Arizona-based car, but a couple
A
of
West
those
Coast
cars,
car.
yeah, a couple of them seem like they're the car that they've been
So-
running all year.
So Montgomery's there in a Calderwood car, which is an Arizona car, and then Charamonte's there in his own family car.
Where is he from? Is he?
I think he's from like
around
LA.
there?
I think El Cajon maybe might be his hometown.
Oh
so
yeah.
he's one of the Tyner Hurst
That's
drivers.
that's a motorcycle.
So I don't
town.
think Charamonte's gonna be here tomorrow.
No, well, are they racing here tomorrow?
I assume Tyner Hurst is gonna be here. I mean, their car's second in points. So.
They're probably locked into second in points though. So
Are they?
might not need
I
to
mean,
come.
I haven't even paid attention.
Well, the way this is going, though, he could run here tomorrow and still make it back in time for the show.
If they have those stupid mini dwarfs tomorrow, yeah, he wouldn't miss anything.
Well, it's gonna be tomorrow when they finish.
Okay, so I'm racing just the Sprint Car Challenge Tour tomorrow. You are
I am as well.
okay in the Monhoff 35.
In the Monhoff 35
You pumped
car
him.
that you beat.
Yeah, you made him happy with your second place finish last
I know,
week.
like I said, hey, any chance you want to come to Stockton, Dan? And he's all, we'll see how Marysville goes. And then we got second. Then he said, we'll see how the motor checks out.
I will say
Checked out all right.
the track being smaller now, I think is more enticing for someone like for me. If I was Dan, I would like second guess wanting to come to the old track.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I don't
Yeah.
think there's really any reason to second guess coming here. Obviously, the track's been a little bit of a disaster the first couple tries, but it looked good. We went out there today. Candace and I rode the golf cart around there, and it looks like a racetrack. Now, we don't know how it's going to race yet because there really still hasn't been a fair shot. The Outlaw race was a little bit of a disaster
Oh,
as
boy.
far as
Yeah, they
the
watered
water.
it.
It was rough, and nobody wanted to race on it.
And it
Boo-hoo.
rained tonight.
And I don't think it's going to rain enough to make a
Right,
difference.
so like you scared me.
gonna
Like
be the
when Lisa
quality
left
time.
Rockland, she said it's dumping on me. Dan Monoff texted me, he's all, it's raining like really hard in Woodland right now, so it's coming your way. And it rained here, but
I wouldn't
didn't
call
think
it raining
It
hard,
was
right?
not. It didn't dump here. So and right now it's not raining.
Nope.
Like
It's
ground's definitely wet, but it's not raining right now.
We will
so-
say that it flat out rained enough to cancel the show. If we were out
Tonight.
there at 8:30 to 9 o'clock, we would have been trying to run probably a B main for the hunt cars. I'm
Yeah.
assuming maybe the first A main by 9.
I think we should have done that. We should have ran until it rained and then finished the show tomorrow
Oh,
afternoon.
those are the best tracks when
Yeah.
they start like at 3 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Then it's like 2 races tomorrow.
I will say I went to Watsonville a few years ago and rain was coming, and Prentice said, I want the sprint cars to do everything first. We hot lap qualified heat race main event before one car even hit the track.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely. We were done at like 7:15. This is no shit. It was awesome. We loaded up,
Way to go,
got out of
Prentice.
there, and then it was like, okay, modified guys, you might get the race, you might not. And I think they got the whole show in.
That's
but
funny.
yeah, that was really fun.
Well, we could have ran the show here tonight. Had the rain delay, we could be racing right now
But the
and
track
done
being-
before these guys
That's
get done.
true. That is true.
Not here, Stockton. It would have taken a long time to get there. This is kind of like a Marysville.
I think Sparta's going to be
Place
very interesting.
tends to take a long time.
So yeah, tomorrow is going to be interesting.
Very
The
interesting.
Sprint Car Challenge Tour is not really any drama. Basically, I've won that. But the NARC
Congratulations,
thing, thank
Andy.
you.
Yeah.
The NARC thing's going to be cool because
Yeah.
Macedo and Sanders are going to go at it, and it's really not. I think it's 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nothing.
Oh, he
I
got
mean,
it back to. That's good after the Bakersfield.
It was insane because I
DNF.
thought, yeah.
Oh, that Bakersfield race was
Oh,
just
man.
about as bad as this. Holy
I
shit!
fell asleep. I couldn't do it.
Another tow truck.
Yeah.
It's like these tracks just need to invest in at least one tow truck and
I
have a
feel
capable
Where-
guy that
I
drives it.
feel like
You
it was
could call
Placerville.
places
Or I
and
can't
say,
remember where we were, but I think it might have been Placerville's normal tow truck, and I don't know where we were at, but we were at some different track, and he came over. He's all,
Geo Towing.
Yeah,
the
I
body
think-
shop in Placerville. Yeah, he did follow us around for some ST.
Yeah, and he's like, I
CCTV.
think everybody's mad at me because I keep going up and picking up cars. It's like, because they
Please
don't do it.
Please do.
Like, I tell everybody, like, Marysville is notorious. If there's a red flag, I'm taking off my helmet because I know it's going to take a long time, and I get some fresh air, and I get to relax and collect my thoughts, and then, like, 20 minutes later, like, oh, okay, I'll put my helmet back on, we'll go racing.
16 laps to go.
16 to go in
Okay,
Arizona.
it's 10:46.
10:40.
Jolene Truly's watching. You know who my least favorite driver
Jolene.
is? Jimmy Trolley.
Liar,
Yeah,
liar,
Jimmy
liar.
Yeah,
Truly.
I wish that guy
Pants on
retired.
fire.
He's just a jerk to drive with.
Yeah, he needs to just retire.
He
needs to
was
call
the
it-
original
call it a
go-kart
career.
Let's see if Jolene flips us off or something. Jolene, I kid because I care. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow's gonna be exciting. Tomorrow is a combo show that I like. I know I'm
yeah, you
I-
were adamant, no combo shows.
They're stupid.
But you like championship combo shows.
I think when Tony first did this like 10 years ago, and he was like, yeah, we're going to do Civil War and we're going to do NARC on the same night. It was cool. It was different. It was special. It was crowning 2 champions. And it was nice.
And NARC always has their banquet the next day here in Stockton. So, like, yeah, it's a big deal for them. And
But then all the other tracks had to copy it. And then it's not special anymore. Like Christmas, right? Christmas isn't special if it happens 11 times a year.
It
Christmas
still
is...
would be.
I don't think Christmas is special one time a year, but I mean, I can do it once a year. I know. That's because I have 900 totes to get down for you.
Oh my god.
And we move out of our house for 6 weeks.
Like, who are you right now?
We'll go back to what he said to Jolene. He kids because he cares.
kids because he cares. Oh,
No, I'm not. Christmas is a lot of work, babe.
For who?
For me!
You just get them down and you put them back.
We are probably the only people in the state that need a forklift to have to deal with all the decorations.
I will
definitely
bet that's not
true.
true.
That's
That's
definitely
not
not
true.
true.
I know
but-
I'm not
You're-
the only one with 100 totes.
You're the only one.
But you're
cool
probably the
enough
only one
to
that
have a
all your
forklift.
totes are for the inside of your house.
That is true.
That's what's insane.
I have about 8
Oh.
for the outside of our house.
Oh, so that means I could get more totes
Oh,
for
no,
the
no, no,
outside
no,
of the
no,
house?
no. That's
No.
not what I was saying.
You don't care about your outside. Nobody drives by.
No.
Yeah, we don't have enough
It's
people
the
going by.
inside of the house.
It
that's
doesn't
awesome.
matter for my house.
Okay,
Nobody.
let's...
We live at a dead end on a. It's public, but it's a private street. Nobody ever comes there.
I do.
Who comes to my house?
But
Nobody.
I,
I don't.
But
I
I
haven't
gotta
had a
get on our
trick-or-treater
30-foot
in
roof
35
and put up
years.
lights.
You know
for
what?
My beautiful
I'm hearing
wife.
gunshots. I think it's time to go inside. And I'm not kidding. Gunshots.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
fireworks.
Gunshot? I
over
think
there.
that's fireworks.
No, we've already had the fireworks show earlier today.
Oh, you're right. Mia's saying it's
Okay,
gunshots.
so tomorrow
So
night,
Stockton's ready, guys.
Yeah, tomorrow's
track's
happening.
Good.
we're good
Rain's
shape.
gone.
Rain's gone.
done.
And I think next week even going to be even better weather on Saturday. So it'll be kind of fun to come down here and just run a Saturday night, basically like a Saturday night point show.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, they're rescheduling tonight's show.
No, I know, but
next
you're
week.
coming down next
We're
week.
coming down.
I said,
I like coming to Stockton.
but you're gonna wait to see how the track plays out.
You know, as stupid as I am, it doesn't matter how bad the track would be tomorrow. I'd still probably come back.
Really?
Um,
Huh. Why?
When the Outlaws were here, we were on the phone with you saying, "This is your track," and you're
I
like,
know.
"I know
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
my
yeah.
track.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go."
No, I don't. I mean, Alan Hadney, Alan Pageant, whatever you want to call him, he's been helping out down here, so I don't think we're going to have the lamination issues. I think the shape's right. Those shapes better. I think it might still use some massaging.
Didn't you complain last time Alan prepped a track?
Oh, yeah, it rubbered up at Placerville. Yeah, that was bad, Alan. Sheesh. That was after we farmed. Yeah, so Alan did the track at Placerville one week when we were all up in Oregon because Scott Russell with RMI was in Oregon with us, so Alan did the track. He
For
was a
that
little-
speed week that
he was a
everybody
little-
wanted to do.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. All right, that's
you
it.
won, you big baby.
I did win this. You know what?
Jesus.
Yeah, so we won Placerville Championship, we won the Speed Week Championship, and we're going to win the Sprint Car Challenge Tour Championship. Must do something sort of kind of right. I got this one asshole, another asshole on Facebook. He was MFing me at Marysville, calling me a cherry picker.
Last weekend?
Yeah. Gary Pittman Jr.
Don't call these guys out, Andy.
Oh, a lot of people ate him up, though. It was kind of funny.
Give him attention. Don't give him attention.
Why not? If he has a mouth, put it out there.
No.
Why?
No. Silence them by
Because
ignoring
he doesn't
them.
have 38 Hoosier jackets.
Right. What your jacket at?
Where's your Hoosier jacket at?
Yeah.
He doesn't have 28 truck champions.
That's what we're
Yeah.
saying. So
210 wins.
let
It's
him
like,
talk. He can talk.
He's
all he
wearing
wants.
a knockoff McGregor jacket from Kmart. It's not even McGregor, it's a knockoff McGregor.
It's a McCurry.
Okay, we can watch the end of this race if we turn this off right now. So it's 10:51. They're almost going to beat curfew, so good job, USAC. 4 laps to go.
Let's watch Drake York interview the
All right.
winner.
That's it. Come to Stockton tomorrow.
Come to Stockton tomorrow.
and
See
next
two
week.
champions being crowned.
And
Yeah.
next week.
And next week.